Do it again. They come from behind, 2-0 down at the Emirates Stadium. Thomas Partey, Ben White, and almost a forgotten man, Reece Nelson, with the winner in beyond injury time, the 97th minute of the game. Arsenal win, 5 points clear at the top. This is what champions are made of. This is what champions do. Arsenal fans, I bet you're shaking. City fans will be fuming. And what of Tottenham today? They bottle it after dominating Wolves at almost the same time. This is why the Premier League is beautiful. This is why the Premier League is unpredictable. And this is why you never doubt Terry, the GOAT Fluers. I told all Gooners, don't doubt your team. This team is something special. This team is something to write home about. This Arsenal team is exquisite. And they made mistakes today. They were 2-0 down. But they did not give up. The crowd did not give up. They got behind their team. Big saves from Ramsdale that could have put the game beyond doubt. There was some dodgy moments defensively today. Saliba asleep in the beginning. Thomas Partey from the corner. But they were resolute. They dug their heels in and they got themselves through it. And look, Bournemouth sat very deep. It was very, very difficult for Bournemouth to maintain what they started. And take nothing away from Bournemouth, a solid performance from a relegation team. And some will say, why should Arsenal celebrate coming from behind against relegation teams? Well, that means you've never watched the Premier League before. It means you've never watched football before. This time of the year is when the relegation teams, in some respects, put up their best performances, when they're fighting for their lives and they thought they'd got something. They thought, they believed. They thought and they believed they were going to get themselves a quantum of solace, a small piece of hope moving forward. But this Arsenal team is unstoppable. This Arsenal team are, in my opinion, champions elect. And today is another reason as to why. I keep telling people you don't write, even if they'd have dropped points today, I wouldn't sat there and gone, I wouldn't write them off. There's too much spirit. There's too much passion. There's too much togetherness between the players, the coaching staff, the fans, and everybody involved. This team is something special. There is no doubt about it. You can't get away from it. Champions elect as far as I am concerned. And this is why the world of football is scared of them. I'm not going to lie. At 2-2, I'm thinking, half a chance here of a title push by Man United. And the goal went in. And listen, as a football fan, as someone that has created the first original neutral channel on YouTube, I'm not going to throw salt over it. Yes, the goal came after 96 minutes. It was time added on, which is why I don't think there's an agenda to get Arsenal. Although I do think some of the decisions on those handballs today were downright scandalous. And we'll talk about them later on. But this Arsenal team does not know when it's beat. This Arsenal team does not know how to walk off into the night, to skulk off into the darkness quietly. Win, lose, or won't draw the Premier League, but win or lose this Premier League, they are going nowhere quickly. Doubters, shush. Haters, you've been exposed. The salt is going to give you high blood pressure, so calm yourselves down. Gary Neville, listen, you're going to lose your bet, mate. You're going to lose your bet and you're going to come unstuck. This Arsenal team is something else this year. And I know Gooners find it a joy to behold. A joy to behold. Craig here is an Arsenal fan, says, Terry, I'm so emotional. There is so much beauty in football, and even the more beautiful when it's your team. Listen, as a football fan, I remember years ago, it was Tottenham's birthday, and they were 4-1 down with about 5 minutes to go. And I was in a pub in East London with my mates. None of us support Tottenham that were out on that night. Arsenal, Liverpool, and United fans. And when Tottenham equalised to make it 4-4, Kabul, the whole pub actually kind of celebrated. And for a moment, we were like, we're not for Spurs fans. Because for a minute, it was just football. It was just football. And you sometimes feel that. And of course, listen, if Man United were only a point or two behind Arsenal, I'd be fuming. I can't as a job. I've got to be professional, But my word, what a comeback that was. Out of this world. Out of this world. I almost knew it was coming as well. I could feel it. I could sense it, that it wasn't over. Unlike Tottenham. Listen, Tottenham have given Man United a get out of jail free card tomorrow. Almost a free hit against Liverpool with losing their game. More on them to come. Of course, Chelsea won today as well. Chelsea won 1-0. We'll be talking Chelsea, getting Chelsea fans on the show. I hate it when all the teams play at the same time. But you know what? It is the nature of the beast. But listen, I think overall, I mean, Arsenal deserved it on the run of play. They had the most shots, they had the most attempts, they dominated the ball. It was just, it almost felt like one of those days. And Arsenal of old, Arsenal of 1 year, 2 year, 3 years ago, loses this game. They lose that Villa game. They concede late against Leicester. And that is where this team is different. There's that strength. And I disagree with Gary Neville. Showing passion, showing desire, being infused, almost going over the top with your celebrations, if there is such a thing, when you win a big game or a decisive game or a game that you turn around out of the blue, those emotions are acceptable. Now, Gary Neville said the other day that the emotions is what's going to cost Arsenal. We'll go back and watch Gary Neville's celebration when Michael Owen scored the winner against Man City back in 2009. Go back and watch Man United's celebrations when Ronaldo scored a last-minute winner against Fulham and run to the bench. Go back and watch Man United's celebrations in 2009 when Kiko Makeda scored the last-minute winner. Go back and show me that Man United team, the most decorated team in Premier League history, not quote-unquote over-celebrate. This fan policing in general is wrong. Saying what someone says is wrong or dead or not funny is one thing. But trying to police fans from having opinions, trying to police fans from celebrating, it's nauseating. Whether you're Gary Neville doing it or whether you're a gooner that wants to go out their way to shame anybody that's ever said one negative thing about the club, you're boring. Enjoy your wins and move on. It's as simple as that. Arsenal celebrating the way they do, the passion that is seeping through every orifice of these players, in my opinion, is one of the reasons why they are going to win the league. And the maddest bit is, as a United fan, my players are doing it right now when we win games and score goals. So why am I going to criticize it? Limbs and armpits are what you want, bruv. That's football. This is why, listen, I never really applied to any jobs anywhere. I'm going to get myself on Talk Sport soon and start schooling these clowns. I've had enough of reacting to their videos. Get me on live on the air with them and watch what I do, because it's getting boring now. You can't over-celebrate. You shouldn't celebrate wins like that. Do one. Absolutely do one. To try and eradicate that from football would be nothing short. You'd kill the game. You actually would kill football. Football would be over. Football would be finished if you got rid of celebrations. It really, really would. Of course, we are going to be talking more than just Arsenal on this show today. Tottenham lose again. They flop. Wolves beat them against the run of play, by the way. But what a strike from Adama Traore. Gooners, if you haven't seen the goal yet, I know you're in ecstasy right now with your team's win. Go and see it. It was a scissor kick, like half volley from the edge of the box, crossbar and in to sink the Spuds. And I'm glad they lost. Nothing to do with a personal agenda. They would have finished the game about 3 points behind United. They're now 6 points behind us. We have 2 games in hand. We beat Liverpool tomorrow. That's 11 points clear of 5th. That will guarantee, in my opinion, Man United top 4 in Champions League football. So thank you, Wolverhampton Wanderers. I've got a personal relationship with that club. Thank you for what you did today. Over the moon. I'm actually going to message a few of the Wolves people after this show, especially the player liaison officer. Can't wait. Absolutely cannot wait. They didn't do it for me, but I'm taking it. By the way, we're not on enough likes. We're closing in on 7,000 viewers. We should be on 3,500 likes minimum. Get that like button smashed. I'm going to go to your super chats here. I want to know what you're all thinking and feeling. Adam says, I am still shaking. Come on, you gooners. Football, listen, as an Arsenal fan, you should be shaking and you should be partying the rest of the day. Whatever your plans are, unless it's fun, cancel them. Unless it's fun, cancel them right now. I can't believe it. I love my team. I love my team. Glory, glory. Sorry, come on, you gooners. Nelson has somehow done it again. Literally screamed when he scored. What a cracker on his left foot. That Reece Nelson is a fringe player, but he's an Arsenal man. That will mean more to him than most football players in your squad, and he's earned his keep. This is what you want from your fringe players, your bench players, to come on and make an impact. Sensational from him. My prediction: Arsenal, League, United, Europa, Man City, FA Cup, Real Madrid, Champions League is what Omar believes. I take that as things stand. Arsenal won, but I'm keeping the same energy. That was by far the worst display from VAR I've ever seen. Period. Tell me that wasn't criminal. 6 handballs. Was it 6 handballs? I thought it was 4. 3. Oh, it's 3. 6 handballs and not one given. But what a game is what Joshua Loveless has got to say here. I thought it was 3 handballs. I didn't see the other 3. I tweeted about a few of them. Great win and great determination. 2 sloppy goals to give away. So proud of this team, and the substitutions have been brilliant. The substitutions really worked. I think taking Smith Rowe off was a masterstroke. He was looking tired. He came on fairly early, so it wasn't like the sub being subbed because he was poor. Are you saying there was 4? Some saying there was 5. Some saying 5, not 6. I thought there was 3. Send me through some DMs of them, and I'll get them up on the screen. But yeah, look, I think the subs were very, very good from Arteta today. Great point raised there, Dan. Send the apology letters now, is what's been said. Great mentality. We must not get overconfident, is what Akil says. Terry, I'm 20 years old. What just happened? I've never felt before. Once Reece got the ball, I knew it was in. This team gave me my passion back. As a 20-year-old, you've never seen this for Arsenal. This hasn't happened for 2 decades for Arsenal. Last-minute winners in a title race. It hasn't happened. This didn't exist. For a lot of you, this is the first time in your life you're experiencing it, so enjoy it. And do not listen to the naysayers that say don't over-celebrate.